Have you ever wondered what happened to the stars who made The Big Valley one of the most beloved Western television series of all time? On screen, they portrayed courageous ranchers, fearless lawmen, and a family that could overcome almost any challenge. But behind the cameras, many of these actors faced heartbreaking tragedies, devastating illnesses, personal losses, and battles that were far more painful than anything written into a television script. Some fought deadly diseases for years. Others suffered unimaginable family tragedies. And a few passed away far too soon, leaving fans shocked and heartbroken. Today we're looking back at the lives, struggles, and final chapters of the unforgettable cast members who brought The Big Valley to life. Make sure to stay until the end because some of these stories are far more tragic than most fans ever realized. Let's begin with the man who played the intelligent and respected attorney, Jared Barkley. Richard Long became famous for portraying Jared, the calm and thoughtful eldest son of the Barkley family. To viewers, he represented wisdom, stability, and reason. But in reality, Long spent much of his life fighting serious health problems. A severe illness during childhood left lasting damage to his heart. Even as his acting career flourished, the condition followed him everywhere. Despite starring in successful television shows and films, he endured repeated health scares that forced him into hospitals again and again. His personal life brought heartbreak as well. Tragedy touched his family, and emotional struggles often accompanied his physical battles. Yet he continued working, determined not to allow illness to define him. Sadly, years of heart complications eventually caught up with him. In December 1974, Richard Long passed away at only 47 years old. The man who appeared so strong on television had been fighting a hidden battle for most of his life. Next is the unforgettable woman who became the heart of the Barkley family. Barbara Stanwyck's portrayal of Victoria Barkley made her one of television's most respected matriarchs. Strong, intelligent, and fiercely protective of her family, she commanded every scene she entered. But Barbara's real-life story was marked by tragedy from the very beginning. She lost her mother at a young age and grew up in difficult circumstances. Despite overwhelming challenges, she transformed herself into one of Hollywood's greatest actresses. Her career spanned decades and earned admiration throughout the entertainment industry. Yet success could not erase the hardships she experienced throughout her life. Failed relationships, emotional losses, and declining health gradually took their toll. Years of smoking damaged her lungs, leading to serious respiratory problems later in life. Even while struggling with health issues, she continued working and inspiring audiences. Eventually, complications involving heart and lung disease became too severe to overcome. Barbara Stanwyck passed away in January 1990 at the age of 82, leaving behind one of the most extraordinary legacies in Hollywood history. But if viewers thought Victoria Barkley was strong, the actor who played Nick Barkley faced a tragedy that would stay with him forever. Peter Breck brought fire, energy, and passion to the role of Nick Barkley. His explosive personality made him one of the most memorable characters on the show. Off-screen, Peter enjoyed a successful career and a loving family. But everything changed when tragedy struck his personal life. The loss of his son became one of the most painful experiences he ever endured. Friends said he never fully recovered from the heartbreak. Then, in his later years, another devastating challenge appeared. Dementia slowly began taking away his memories, independence, and ability to connect with the world around him. The disease progressed steadily until the once powerful actor could no longer live the life he once knew. In February 2012, Peter Breck passed away at the age of 82 from complications related to dementia. His story reminds us that some of life's toughest battles happen silently. Another familiar face from the Big Valley was Douglas Kennedy, who portrayed Sheriff Fred Madden. Douglas Kennedy built a remarkable career appearing in countless films and television shows. Audiences knew him as a dependable actor capable of bringing authority and realism to every role. Before achieving success in Hollywood, he served his country during World War II. After returning home, he rebuilt his career and became a respected television veteran. However, his life took a tragic turn when he was diagnosed with cancer while still actively working. The disease advanced rapidly, leaving little time for recovery. In August 1973, Douglas Kennedy passed away at only 57 years old. His death shocked many colleagues who had expected many more years from the hardworking actor. The next cast member became one of the most beloved figures on the show despite rarely being the center of attention. Napoleon Whiting portrayed Silas, the loyal and dependable member of the Barkley household. His quiet strength and calm presence made him a fan favorite. Throughout his career, Napoleon Whiting faced challenges that many actors of his era experienced. Opportunities were limited, yet he continued building a successful career through determination and professionalism. His role in The Big Valley remains his most recognizable performance and introduced him to millions of viewers. In October 1984, Napoleon Whiting passed away at the age of 74. Although details surrounding his death were kept private, his legacy continues through the memorable performances he left behind. Now here's a story many fans may not know. Charles Briles played Eugene Barclay, the youngest member of the family. His character represented youth, hope, and ambition. Just as his acting career was beginning to gain momentum, military service interrupted everything. He was forced to leave the show, and many fans wondered what happened to Eugene. Rather than returning to major television stardom, Charles Briles built a quieter career behind the scenes as a writer and director. Years later, serious health problems emerged. Congestive heart failure gradually weakened him and limited his ability to enjoy retirement. In June 2016, Charles Briles passed away at the age of 70. His departure marked the loss of another important member of the Barclay family. At this point, the stories become even more heartbreaking. Kevin Hagen, remembered for his appearances in The Big Valley and later Little House on the Prairie, spent decades entertaining audiences. Known for portraying kind-hearted authority figures, Kevin Hagen built a reputation as one of television's most dependable actors. But after years of success, he received devastating news. Doctors diagnosed him with esophageal cancer. The illness moved quickly, robbing him of strength and limiting his ability to continue working. In July 2005, Kevin Hagen passed away at the age of 77. His loss was deeply felt by fans who had watched him for generations. Another cast member who left a lasting impact was Bing Russell. Known for his rugged screen presence, Bing Russell enjoyed success both in Hollywood and in the world of professional baseball. Many people also recognize him as the father of actor Kurt Bing Russell. His life was filled with accomplishments, but cancer eventually became his greatest challenge. Despite fighting courageously, his condition worsened over time. In April 2003, Bing Russell passed away at the age of 76. His legacy continues not only through his performances but also through the famous family he helped inspire. Harlan Ward may not have been a household name, but television audiences saw him countless times throughout the decades. His steady work ethic allowed him to build a long career in westerns and crime dramas. While his professional life remained consistent, personal struggles often affected his happiness. Failed marriages and emotional setbacks followed him through much of his life. Still, he remained dedicated to his craft until the very end. Harlan Ward passed away in March 1980 at the age of 62. The next story involves another actor whose life was touched by both personal tragedy and serious illness. Mark Tapscott became a familiar face through television appearances spanning several decades. However, behind the scenes, he experienced tremendous loss when his first wife passed away. The tragedy affected him deeply during a crucial stage of his career. Although he eventually rebuilt his life, health problems later emerged. Lung cancer gradually weakened him and brought his acting career to an end. In September 1993, Mark Tapscott passed away at the age of 68. Then there was Paul Sorensen. Throughout his career, Paul Sorensen became known for portraying strong and dependable characters. Away from the cameras, he devoted himself to family and helping aspiring performers develop their skills. Unfortunately, tragedy struck when he suffered the heartbreaking loss of a child. The emotional pain stayed with him for years. Later, cancer became his final battle. Despite tremendous courage, his condition steadily worsened. Paul Sorensen passed away in July 2008 at the age of 82. His decades of work left a lasting impression on television history. But unlike many of their fellow cast members, two major stars from the Big Valley survived the hardships that surrounded the series. Lee Majors, who portrayed Heath Barclay, overcame extraordinary obstacles throughout his life. Orphaned as a child after losing both parents, he faced adversity from the very beginning. A serious football injury ended his athletic dreams and forced him to choose a different path. That path eventually led him to worldwide fame through The Big Valley, The $6 Million Man, and The Fall Guy. Although he later experienced serious health scares including major heart surgery, Lee Majors persevered. Today he remains one of the living legends of classic television and a reminder that resilience can overcome even the greatest challenges. The same can be said for Linda Evans. As Audra Barkley, she became one of the show's most beloved stars before reaching even greater fame through Dynasty. Despite personal heartbreak, public struggles, and health challenges, she continued moving forward. While many of her co-stars are remembered through old episodes and cherished memories, Linda Evans remains a living connection to the golden age of television. Looking back, the story of the Big Valley is about much more than a successful television show. It is a story of determination, heartbreak, courage, and survival. The actors who brought these characters to life faced many of the same struggles experienced by ordinary people: illness, loss, disappointment, and uncertainty. Yet through it all, they created something timeless. Decades later, fans continue discovering the Big Valley, ensuring that the performances and memories of its cast will never be forgotten. Their stories remind us that fame does not protect anyone from life's challenges, but a powerful legacy can live on long after the final curtain falls. Which member of the Big Valley cast do you remember most? And which story surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this look back at the lives of these television legends, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more untold Hollywood stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.